Yo, 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 it's your boy David Odemchuk. We've got the new MacBook Pro 16-inch in the house. Guys, I'm excited for this one. I get it, I'm excited for all of Apple's products, but this one in particular, as I have had its predecessor, the 15.4-inch, since the day it came out. I've been needing to upgrade forever now. Super excited. Let's jump into the unboxing, but before that, I want to kind of describe what this video will be about. I'm not going to get too much into the specs and details because I've got more videos on that later. Today, I just want to dive into the physical appearance differences. Let's go, baby. So I bought this online, so I kind of feel like I've got a double unboxing over here. I always like how they do that right there. Let's go. But let's see what's, ooh, baby. Baby, baby, baby. That's pretty, I like that. I think it's official. Apple has switched to this pull tab. I know the new iPhones had it, so I like this wallpaper. Just super, super bright, but yeah, dark. Okay, I hear you, Apple. Let's go. Ooh, baby. You already know I'm over here making all kinds of noise. Hey, wait a second. That feels way heavier. Okay, whoa. Whoa, I didn't expect that. I don't know why people get so excited, but apparently they changed the colors of the stickers. Come on, who using them? What are you tripping about, man? Nobody liked them stickers anyway. You got the USB-C cable, charging brick over here, which also feels a bit heavier. I know the previous one was 87 watts, this one's 96 watts, so 9 watts more. The packaging on it's actually like a papery plastic, so that's kind of cool. But that's it for the unboxing. I mean, except for the main event, of course. You know, this is half the reason for life over here. You ready? Baby. So this doesn't have that same papery plastic feel. It just feels plasticky like usual. Okay, so the initial look at it while the plastic is off looks the same. Doesn't look like it's bigger. If I saw this laying on the counter just closed, I couldn't be able to tell the difference between this and the 15-inch. So we can start her up. Oh, wait a second. Look at that detail, guys. They even managed to do a little cutout. Like, really? That's okay. That's kind of cool, Apple. I hear you, baby. Okay, guys, so the initial setup is done. I'd love to show you that, but it's always personal information, so I'm good. Look, guys, it's hard not to start with the screen because that is what the majority of the hype is around for the 16-inch. Before I get into that, I just want to say something. When people say it's an inch bigger, don't listen to him. He lying to you, because the truth is this thing's 15.4 inches, this one's 16 inches, 0.6-inch difference. Also, another thing people say is, oh, they're not keeping the 15-inch, this is the replacement, as if that's some big surprise and you expect them to keep this. No, guys, this is a refresh of the 15-inch, so why would they keep both? That's common sense. Moving on. I am slightly disappointed that they weren't able to fit that 16-inch into the 15.4-inch form factor. What I mean by that is, sure, the screen goes further edge to edge, but if you look closely, you can see that this 15.4-inch has enough space on both sides to make it fit. When you look on the inside, you do also notice that it's higher up. And that's because overall the entire body is bigger. Look at that. This is due to the internals. We now have a bigger battery that Apple claims will last a solid hour longer. If I like you guys, I might even take the back shell off to take a look at that battery along with some of the other internals. Maybe, only if you keep watching. Let's go. Okay, so I just opened up the displays and the first thing I noticed is the 15.4-inch actually falls back a little further than the 16-inch. Speaking of the displays, like I said, I really wish they could have fit that in the form factor, because when you look at how much space the 15.4-inch has, at the bottoms, they didn't change it at all. It's the same distance. From the sides, you do notice a slight larger difference. It almost looks like half the black bar on the edge. The top two also looks about half. Kind of wish they would have rounded the corners like they did with the iPhone X. You know, that technology is about 3 years old. It would have been nice to see them bring it to the MacBook Pros. They brought it to the iPad Pros too, so hey, wait a second. I feel like they could have did that here. All right, guys, so I have been saving, I'd like to say, the biggest change for last. I get it, the display gets the most attention, but I feel like the keyboard is what we see the most dramatic shift from Apple and what I like to call Apple's apology. So many people have been having trouble with the butterfly keyboard mechanism for the past few years, to the point where you'd get these sticky keys, and Apple had this huge deal where they had basically a recall where they ran this test. If you had sticky keys, they'd replace your whole entire keyboard for free. Personally, I liked those keys. I liked how just barely of a travel it had, until 6 months ago when I'd click my T key, it would press it twice, or my spacebar wouldn't press at all. And it was so frustrating and annoying. I had to bring it into the Apple Store. They replaced the entire keyboard. Apparently in the new gen, they have fixed that problem. I've gotten to click it here a little bit and it feels outdated. I like the little travel. I get why they had to go back. I just wish they could have fixed this problem. Another huge thing you notice is the escape key and the fingerprint reader are now separated. Sometimes I've had the black bar just stop working. The black bar, listen to me, the touch bar stop working, and you can't press the escape key. You can't deal with the volume and stuff like that, and that's a whole other issue, but the escape key is separate now. Once again, I feel like it's an apology because, you know, they're going back on their design. Okay, you guys better like this video right now, because I am gonna go ahead and take the backs completely off to just kind of like methodically look at the inside and pretend like I know what I'm looking at. Okay, let's go, let's do this. Okay guys, so I have the casing fully off on both the MacBooks. I forgot to mention, do not do this at home, guys. You can actually mess up some of the tabs if you do. So there's a certain way that you gotta pull on it. Don't do this. That's why you're watching this. Let's take a look at the inside. Let's see what differences we notice. First thing I'm looking for is the differences between the batteries. You notice that they've got plenty of room around them. It's almost as if Apple like thought, hey, let's make the battery smaller so in the next version we make them bigger and sell it as a bigger battery. Which, I mean, if they did that, you know, whatever. Marketing. The batteries in the 16-inch just look way more fuller. It's like the dimensions themselves, it almost feels like you could take these batteries out and put them in here, because the 15.4-inch has so much more space in the casing, just like, especially these edges right here, just dead space, which is just something Apple's not known for. They like to use every little bit of space possible. The fans themselves too look bigger. Apple claims that this thing thermal wise will be much better, and I'm happy for that, because with the 15.4-inch, there are many times where I'm editing a Final Cut Pro video and it just starts burning up my lap. So I'm excited to see some improvements. They're also made out of like the stainless steel versus plastic, the actual blades themselves. So that's kind of cool. Main thing I want to check out was the battery, and hands down, you could definitely tell it looks bigger. Okay, now let me put everything back together. All right, guys, time for my final thoughts. Let's start with the display. Yes, it is 0.6 inches larger, and I am very welcoming to that. Do I wish they fit it in the same form factor size-wise? Would have been nice, but totally worth the trade-off. Would have loved to see some more innovation on Apple's part by also just giving it those cornered iPhone-like bezels. That would have been so nice to see. Seriously. Keyboard, I want to say it's upgraded. The travel just kind of got that retro feel to it. I did and will miss 15.4-inch keyboard travel. That's beloved. I hope one day they really get that scissor mechanism down and fix it and finally give it back to us. The touch bar, also feel sorry coming out of that with the escape key and fingerprint reader separate now, but I'm okay with that. The battery itself, I find it interesting that they just didn't start with a bigger battery, but that's really cool that they gave us that. The thermal properties, super cool. I know I didn't touch on the specs. I really want to, but I feel like that's its own video. But if I did have to say one thing, this machine finally lives up to the pro level as far as specs go. I got a video coming, hang with me. Make sure you subscribe so you can see that. And lastly, I'd like to say, Apple, come on. You guys were all about innovation. If you look at 2 generations ago of the MacBook Pros to the previous one, it was just huge leap. We're talking a smaller form factor, a different design. You could see a huge difference. With this one, it's more of like an incremental update, and I'm okay with that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that it would have been nice to see some visual changes, or at least throw us a color like you did with the green iPhone. I am happy overall. Not as happy as I was with, let's say, like the AirPods Pro coming out and how much of a upgrade that was. I also want to talk to you about pricing. Apple has kept the same pricing. Very happy about that. They could have easily went up an extra 200 bucks and everybody would have been okay with that. So thank you, Apple. I appreciate it. I want to mention pricing in my next video, and I'm gonna have a full dedicated video to how I am buying this MacBook Pro for literally 15% less, which to me came out to $600 less for the exact same machine with Apple Care, the whole works. Make sure to stay tuned to watch that video. And as always, guys, make sure to subscribe, like this video if you learned something or got a different perspective, and shoot a comment down below if you think I missed something or what I should include in my next videos with this machine. Okay, guys, love you. See you in the next one. Poll tab over here. I know the new iPhone, look at that. That was a fail.